It's a sad story, America. It is. I'm gonna try to keep my tears right where they belong. She's been ordered to leave the country 2 times. 2 times. President Obama's aunt is still in the U.S. No matter how many times they try to throw her out for being here illegally, she stays here. God bless her. She's here until her next court date. It would be the 3rd court date. It's going to happen 10 months from now. So, why is my question. In San Francisco, Rick Oltman. He's with Californians for Population Stabilization. That kind of sounds spooky. The population Are you just anti-illegal immigrant, or are you anti-immigrant?
We want our immigration laws enforced, and that includes against the absconders, of which the president's aunt is one of the 600,000 absconders who has been ordered deported but failed to leave the country.
Okay, I'm not sure if you answered my question. You're for legal immigration, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We support legal immigration to a certain point. Yes.
Okay. We'll come back to that one later. Okay, here's the thing. Obama's aunt. You know, I took this cane from her earlier. It's like little tiny Tim. I'd like more, please, please. God bless us, everyone. She has a limp. Didn't you know that? She should be able to stay. We've only tried her now 2 times and kicked her out of the country 2 times. You can't go for 3? She's got a limp.
Glenn, I don't know anybody who expected her to be deported at this point, and I know there's supposed to be another hearing in February of 2010, but she's not going to be forced back to Kenya. I don't know anybody who believes that. But in the greater scheme of things, this does show the problem with our immigration system.
What makes you believe that these politicians are just playing games? I mean, disregard the last 10 years. Besides that, what makes you think that they're just going to leave her stay here? She's been deported twice now and not left. 3 times. It's the charm.
She's been ordered deported twice. I don't think that it's going to happen. And what I felt when I heard that there was going to be another hearing next year was that something dramatic is going to happen with immigration enforcement between now and next year at that time. It could be a general amnesty for everybody in the country. Certainly right now, based on what Secretary Napolitano has ordered, we're setting it up for a worker amnesty in the country. But something's going to happen where, or they're going to try to make something happen that's going to change the circumstances, and then the aunt will be allowed to stay here under whatever contrived circumstances they come up with.
Okay, so she came here illegally.
I believe she came here legally and she overstayed her visa. Then she filed for asylum.
Okay, all right, okay, I can't take the hate anymore. Okay. I mean, okay, so she stayed here, overstayed her visa, and so there were 19 other people that blew up a building, you know, and flew planes into it after they overstayed their visa, and we were going, we're going to fix this, Bush. I'm going to fix it. We're not going to make sure that nobody can overstay their visa. Okay, so this one slipped through. She's clearly not a threat. She has a limp.
They're not going to do anything about her.
Yes,
there's 600,000 people in the country.
Here's the thing. I am so tired of covering this story, and I wanted to ask you that. So what do we do? Why am I even covering this? I agree that she should be kicked out. She should have been deported the first time she went to trial. I agree with you. They're not going to do anything. Limp, no limp. Yeah. They're not going to do a damn thing.
But why are we covering it?
So what do you want people to do? They're all... Everybody agrees with you except for about 20% of the population. So what is it we should do now?
Isn't it? That's the point, isn't it, Glenn?
It is.
The majority of Americans, between 2/3 and 3/4, agree that we should have sensible immigration laws and enforce the law. Immigration and illegal immigration is changing the future of this country in ways that no other government policy could. And we Americans are supposed to have a say in that change, and we are being ignored by the elected officials in Washington who do whatever they please and ignore the American people who want the border secured, which is not secured. They want our immigration laws enforced, which they're not being enforced. They want our employment laws enforced, which they're not being enforced. This is the biggest single political disconnect between elected officials and the American public in my lifetime that I know of.
America, you just saw exactly how, you feel every night. Americans are angry. And it's not for any other reason. Don't hate Mexicans. Don't hate Kenyans, even though they have a little limp. I'd like more, please. None of that stuff. It is just live by the law, play by the rules. It applies equally to everybody. Oh, where have I read that before? On the principles and the values of the 9/12 Project. Where have I read those before? Oh my gosh, in the founding principles. If you break the law, you pay the penalty. Justice is blind. I don't care if you're the aunt of Obama or the aunt of George W. Bush. It doesn't matter. Nobody's above it. Nobody's beneath it. If you agree, go to the 912project.com. Check out all the 9 principles and the 12 values at the 912project.com. All right, now, President Obama has decided I can run a